I'm outside the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels, ready to give you the rundown on everything about tonight's Holy Thursday observance.
Tensions erupt between Israeli state police and Palestinian Muslims during the holy month of Ramadan.
For the second year in a row, multiple major religious holidays are observed during the same month.
Hi, I'm Patrick Warren. Millions of people around the world are celebrating their faith this week. Tonight we hear from a variety of religious voices.
And I'm Hannah Joy. Reporter Gabriella Rudy is live at the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels, where Holy Thursday Mass is about to begin.
That's right, Hannah. I'm in the center of downtown Los Angeles, outside of the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels, where in less than an hour, a Holy Thursday Mass is set to take place inside. Holy Thursday is observed as the commemoration of the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. At tonight's Mass, the priest will wash 12 members of the church's feet, just as those who practice the Catholic faith believe Jesus had done to his disciples at the Last Supper. For those interested in attending, Mass will begin at 7 p.m. sharp right inside. For Annenberg Media, I'm Gabriella Rudy. Back to you in the studio.
During this Holy Week, religious tensions continue to escalate between Israelis and Palestinians. Israeli police raided a mosque in Jerusalem last night, leaving at least 24 people injured. Israeli police stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque twice last night after multiple juveniles barricaded the door. Those inside responded by lighting fireworks at police. Al-Aqsa Mosque is one of the holiest spots for Muslim worshippers during the month of Ramadan. The State Department is calling for calm.
We are concerned by the scenes out of Jerusalem, and it is our viewpoint that it is absolutely vital that the sanctity of holy sites be preserved. We emphasize the importance of upholding the historic status quo at the holy sites in Jerusalem, and any unilateral action that jeopardizes the status quo to us is unacceptable, and we call for restraint, coordination, and calm during the holiday season.
The event sparked multiple rocket launches from militants in Gaza. The U.S. Office of Palestinian Affairs said, quote, "Violence has no place in a holy site during a holy season."
This year, millions of people around the world are observing different religious holidays at the same time. Ramadan began last month on March 22nd. It will go through late April, and during that time, it will overlap Passover, which began last night and continues through part of next week. Both Passover and Ramadan will overlap Easter weekend, which began today with Holy Thursday.
It's really such a wonderful opportunity that's here to really just engage with one another and build that sense of community by really partaking in each other's holidays.
This is the second year in a row the holidays overlap. The last time was more than 30 years ago.
For many students of faith, this week is time to delve deeper into their beliefs while at the same time learning about others. USC's new Associate Dean of Religious and Spiritual Life says he hopes to help students find connection and meaning in their lives.
I think religiously, for a lot of our students, right, this is a really big week, right? Whether they are Muslim or Jewish or Christian, if you're interested, right, in learning something different about why your friends have these religious traditions or why they partake in these practices, it's actually a really good week to delve into, I think, the diversity of what religious practice looks like.
According to a survey by the Center for American Life, American religious identity has experienced nearly 3 decades of decline, and 1/3 of Gen Z has no religious affiliation. Gen Z is also leaving their churches much earlier in life. Almost 3/4 of young people said they left when they were under 17. Some USC students say religion isn't really a part of their lives.
I'm a non-religious atheist, but I do enjoy, I do read about a lot of different religions, and I find a lot of important and interesting things. There's a lot of bad things in a lot of different ones as well. So I think it's all about being discerning.
I was born Buddhist, and Buddhism is a big part of Thai culture, but I'm not religious in that sense. It wasn't really part of my identity growing up.
USC is providing pre-dawn meals for students who are fasting during Ramadan, but some Muslim students say they would like greater support from the university.
And a lot of students that I've talked to said they weren't super filling. And I appreciate the effort, just because it's like their first year doing it. But I also feel like a lot of like the Muslim Student Union has so many members, and anyone could have been like, I guess, consulted to maybe create a better menu.
I guess as a student, I send out emails to my professors letting them know that, hey, this is Ramadan and this is what I do, and I hope that you can be flexible. But not everybody knows that. Some of them might be shy because they're freshmen. Some of them might just not want the professor to think of them differently, so they don't do that. So I think it would be great if the university could send out an email saying that students celebrate this and you should sort of know about this.
The Associate Dean from Religious and Spiritual Life says that their office can assist students in talking to professors about accommodation requests.
The men's college basketball champions at the University of Connecticut have been in the spotlight as 3 of their players were observing Ramadan during the tournament. Hassan Diarra, Adama Sanago, and Samson Johnson are the 3 UConn players who were fasting during the Division I basketball tournament. Despite not eating or drinking during the day, the players helped lead their team to a national championship title.
Iftar is one of the religious observance of Ramadan. The meal is typically done as a community, with Muslims gathering to break their fast at sunset.
When we fast, we basically do not eat or drink all day long, not even water. So we can't have anything to go in our mouth at all. We can't have some people will say, and what about water? Can you drink water? No water, no food, no drink, nothing, no medicine, nothing at all. One of the beauty about it is how you bring everybody together to break fast together, like you fast all day long, and then you have your community coming in the end of the day.
Ramadan is over on Thursday, April 20th, and will end with a celebration called Eid. It is a celebration that is spent with family, friends, and people within the community.
We've all seen the religious groups recruiting at the USC Village, handing out pamphlets and inviting others to their Bible study sessions. The Harvest USC meets in the Village from Mondays to Thursdays. Many of the members come from non-religious backgrounds and say that's why this group means so much to them.
We've had a lot of people give Bible studies an opportunity, but in terms of being recruited and becoming a full-fledged Christian, changing their entire lives, not really.
Yeah, it's mostly like just walking up to people and inviting them out. I would say that's just our conviction, just because for me personally, like I can't say like for other people, it's like you found something so amazing, something so life-changing that you just want to share it to other people. I didn't grow up religious, so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want people like forcing my religion onto people, and like totally respecting if people aren't open, but just looking for people who are looking for something like that, like me, when I was looking for something like, yeah, maybe like let's do it.
Despite some of their unsuccessful measures, they still continue to spread their word in hopes of reaching a wider audience.
USC Hillel, home of the Jewish Trojans, is celebrating Passover with a highly anticipated week of festivities. There will be services and dinners throughout the week. Hillel's Vice President of Social Programming says they hope to provide a community for students away from home.
Passover is one of the most important Jewish holidays, and I think that for a lot of college students, it's very difficult to not only find foods that are appropriate for Passover, but to find a group of people that they feel comfortable celebrating the holiday with. And Hillel just wants to make sure that students have a space where they can celebrate and they can hear the story and they can talk about it with people like them.
A schedule of events and resources are up on the USC Hillel website. Events will continue through Thursday, April 13th with a post-Passover celebration.
A famous deli in Los Angeles has Passover-friendly foods and dishes for people celebrating the holiday. Reporter Marissa Rio takes us there.
Cantor's Deli on Fairfax Avenue has been serving the Los Angeles community for over 90 years. The famous Jewish deli celebrates Passover every year with different foods and dishes people can order for their Passover dinner or Seder. One of the owners spoke about the significance of the food.
Passover is about celebrating the people who were enslaved, and so we don't when we make certain items here for Passover, we make sure that the dough does not rise.
The unleavened bread, or matzah, symbolizes the Israelites having to leave Egypt in such a hurry that they didn't have time for their bread to rise.
We have a Passover plate that has the shank bone, the maror, the haroset, everything that's symbolic of the Jewish history.
Cantor's has a variety of options for people celebrating the holiday. One of their dishes is a chicken Seder plate. It comes with chicken, haroset, which is apples, walnuts, cinnamon, sugar, and wine, as well as horseradish, parsley, and a hard-boiled egg.
The symbolism of the egg is that the Jewish people are hard on the outside and soft on the inside.
The main Seder dinner is brisket with onion gravy, potato pancakes, and carrots. One of the most popular Passover foods is fried matzah.
Customers are starting to trickle in, but here at Cantor's, you can either have your Seder here or order food to go. I spoke to a few customers about what their favorite Passover dishes are.
And we like them really hard. We like the matzo balls that hit your ankle when you swallow it. They're not too floaty.
Like fried matzah. This dish right here.
It's matzah that you wet. You break it up, you put it into eggs, and then you fry it in oil or butter.
Matzo ball soup and horseradish. Matzo ball soup is a chicken soup base, and the matzo balls are like dumplings, but they're made with matzah and they're light and fluffy and wonderful.
Cantor's also has Passover-friendly desserts: coconut macaroons, chocolate dip macaroons, almond torte, and sponge cake. As the owners and customers said, the best part of Passover is not only the Seder, but also telling the story of the Israelites escaping slavery and getting back their freedom. For Annenberg Media, I'm Marissa Rio.
In celebration of Passover, the Open Temple in Venice Beach is hosting a Seder crawl tonight. A former USC Hillel rabbi who founded Open Temple is keeping up with a 5-year-old tradition of walking around the Venice area, pondering the stories of Passover and examining their present surroundings.
What usually happens in a traditional Seder is we're sitting in a dining room on our tuchuses, reading that it should be as if we just left Egypt. And so here at Open Temple, we said, let's get up and get going. So we created a Seder crawl where we actually have an exodus moving through Venice. In the past, we're looking at the history of the Haggadah of the Exodus. And today, we're looking at the history of the town we're actually living in and remembering some of the things that existed here before us.
With a different focus each year, Rabbi Shapiro and the Open Temple are creating new conversations around a centuries-old holiday.
Music is a big part of religion and religious celebrations. Annenberg Media's Stephen Noble is live in Studio A with more on the importance of music in creating community.
Whether in a church, temple, or mosque, music can be heard. The lyrics and hymns of songs like Dayenu, Amazing Grace, and Ramadan Ghana bring together religious groups to celebrate the holiday season. USC Thornton music student Joshua Wilson grew up around church and music. Today, he makes songs with the goal of creating meaning and community.
Music is what brings people together. And so when you're in church and you're singing about the Lord, singing about, what the Lord has done for your life and what he can do, the best way to do that is by singing. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about, building a community from that.
Another Thornton music student joins us today, an opera and gospel singer who will actually be performing for us in just a moment. Hannah, Patrick, back to you.
Thanks for watching See It Live. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Patrick Warren.
And I'm Hannah Joy. Tonight, we'd like to leave you with a special performance from Thornton musician Jordan Jones. Have a good night.
I ask you this, which way to go? I ask you this, which sin to bear, which crown to put upon my head. I do not know